Hi everyone. So I am in my kitchen. It's raining like real bad back and forth outside, and I just didn't feel like being in my bedroom. I'm just kind of in a up mood. So I'm gonna do some cleaning today after I do this, and then who knows? Nothing really because that's the life I live. I'm sorry that it's so dark. I don't have a lot of light in here. Maybe this one might make it a little brighter. Hold on. If it goes on. I have lights from like the 1930s, and like it's really hard to find light bulbs for them. So yeah, I don't know if that one will go on or not. Maybe we'll see the light of God. But anyways, I had an interesting topic that I was thinking about today, and it's really about handling your anxiety on top of like how do you learn lessons when you're living and stuff like that. Um, and I wanted to kind of give you an overview of like how I handle things. And as a therapist, you would think, I have it all figured out and I know what I'm doing, but that's really not the case, honestly. We give great advice, but we don't always take our own advice. Mm. So basically, like how I handle stress, it's not a good way. And I really need it like during this transformation that I'm trying to do. It's not just my music. It's not just, trying to help people who might have mental health issues, who might, have problems. It's not that. It's more, me trying to figure myself out before I go out there and, work with other people and try to help them with their problems. But the way that I handle anxiety isn't always the best. Sometimes I can handle it great, especially in the moment. And this is what I had told my therapist is that, in the moment, I'm great. I'm on point. I know exactly what to do. I, take care of the situation. It's handled. But it's when I have free time to sit and think, that's when I start freaking out and panicking. Obviously, what my father did for me yesterday, if you watch my video, he did something amazing for me that just, I mean, alleviated so much stress for me. It's unreal. But now that I have that taken care of, I'm really excited about the possibilities. But the way I handle stress, like I won't open my mail. I'll pick it up, but it'll just sit in a pile. I won't open it because I'm scared to even see what's in it. Um, I have trouble sometimes even making a complete, declarative sentence. Sometimes, I just have to sit alone and just sit there and think. And sometimes it leads to crying. Sometimes it just leads to anger, which I mean, anger I feel is a secondary emotion. There's always an emotion behind anger, like either the person hurt you or, you're frustrated. You can't handle it anymore, whatever it may be. But anger is usually a secondary emotion to me. There's usually something that I'm trying to cover up with the anger. So, handling anxiety is not always the easiest task. Um, I did get my medical marijuana card. If you watched any of my other videos, I do kind of puff and stuff, but I did it for a reason. I do have terrible anxiety, and the, the other stuff doesn't help quite like medical marijuana does. It helps me to actually, function better. And obviously, I'm not going to have a driver's license for 2.5 years. So, well, 2 years and 4 months now, but still, you get the picture. So, I mean, what's wrong with that? Obviously, with jobs and stuff, it's harder, but you know, there's ways to get around that. But, anyways, I did get my card because I felt like it was important to me. I wanted to try it out as an actual medical thing and not just, getting stoned. So I did, and I learned that, I don't go for sativas. Sativas are just too up, and sativas really get, like my skin crawling almost, like I have too much energy and I can't have that because I already have that. So when you compound that together, it's just too much. Then it makes my anxiety worse. I do smoke sativa, or I'm sorry, hybrids, which is an indica and a sativa together. But I do smoke hybrids when I want to get stuff done around the house and I don't want to just lay around. Indicas are more for like bedtime. They call it indica. But yeah, indicas are more for like bedtime, so it can help me sleep. But I really am trying to use it as a medical thing and not just, getting high. Um, I think it does help calm me down, I really do, and for me, that's big, like, you might not be able to tell because I always say I wear a mask, I got this mask on, and I put my mask on every day, and you really can't tell what I have going on, but, if I didn't have that in my life, I don't know, how I'd feel, like, it would be really weird because, I've been smoking for a very long time, and, to finally be able to actually get my card and go to the dispensary and, they treat it accordingly is really cool. I just saw on the news the other day, and like the headline of it just really made me so mad. It was on their website on Facebook, and it just said about a man who had killed his passenger who was high on marijuana. And, like, I'm here to tell you that, like, in Pennsylvania, there is no such thing as DWI, which is, for driving under the, like, substances. DUI is, to me, alcohol, but in Pennsylvania, it's all DUI. So the fact that they put that in the title, the guy, they were did not put in the title that he passed 5 cars on a double yellow and, kinda bumped right into someone or whatever, a tree, something, I don't know. But yeah, they kinda left that part out, and when you're smoking marijuana, you're not passing 5 cars for nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? You're just gonna cruise, the worst thing that's gonna happen is, you're messing with your phone or something. Like, that's the big thing with marijuana is people, tend to get stoned and then they wanna listen to music or, text someone back or whatever, and then they get distracted, and that's what causes problems. But, like, if you can handle it, like, it's whatever. I don't care. I can't really speak on it because I don't have a driver's license, and I'm not going to sit here and advocate for driving on any substances because I mean, you can get a DUI on cold medicine. You can get a DUI on Claritin D. You can. It's just, especially if you have something like me, like medical marijuana in your system, like right there. Even if I hadn't smoked that day, it's still in my system. So um, but I'm not gonna drive under suspension. I've had too many horror stories heard from that, of people getting more time, which is just not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to better my life, not make it more complicated. It's complicated enough as it is, and it doesn't need any more complications. So that's how I pretty much handle anxiety. It's not in the greatest way. And then I'm not saying even the medical marijuana, just I won't open my mail, if I don't have the money, I can't pay my bills, and then they pile up, and, and then that's why I kinda tied it into, like, learning life lessons. So, for me, my problem is, like, it just I'm stubborn and I'm bullheaded, and it takes me forever to learn a lesson, I got 1 DUI, and then a month and a half later, I'm in the back of another cop car, you know what I mean? And just thinking, "Oh my god, I just screwed up my entire life." And even then, like, that didn't really stop me, like, but, it did, eventually put my kinda stop to the drain there, like, real quick, but, up until that point, I just didn't get it, and I could have very easily ended up in prison. Several things could have happened to me that would not have been good. And maybe then I would have learned, but I think this is enough. This is enough for me to learn. Um, I've gone this far. So I feel like, yes, it may be like, a legal situation where, in my mind, that was my safety net until I can get a grasp on it myself because, it hasn't been that long. And like, you know, I do wanna be able to, have a grasp on it myself before I lose that safety net, because that safety net is what I need. You know, at the time, it wasn't what I wanted, obviously, but now I have different, interests in my life, and I wanna do better things and be better as a person, that's why I'm doing these things, until I get my music up and running because I feel like hopefully someone gets something out of it, hopefully I'm not wasting my time. Hopefully someone understands what I'm trying to put down, if not, then maybe you'll get it in my music, who knows? But I'm really excited for it. I just really need to learn. and learn and learn and learn and learn because there's just so much to learn to actually making beats and music. And I just have such a newfound respect for rap music and even just any music in general, being able to play any type of instrument. I played keyboard, well, piano for many, many years, probably about a decade. So I do have a keyboard that I add my own, lyrics and riffs to and stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. I'm just really excited for like, the possibilities of the future. My father made it so that I actually have, choices. I have things that, resources that I can use to get through this and get on with my life. I mean, I am a 34-year-old woman and it's time to step up to the plate. And I've been hanging out in the dugout for too long. And, that's the thing with life lessons. Like, do you learn yourself? Do you learn the first time? Like, first time something happens, like, I'm done. I know what I'm doing here. Like, this is bad. I need to not do that. Because if I had learned that, I would have done maybe like a weekend in prison. I would have had ARD because I haven't been in trouble for so long. I would have not had anywhere near 8 grand worth of fines. I wouldn't have had 90 days house arrest, all that, So, I mean, yeah, I should have learned my lesson after the very first one, but you get it in your head, and I will say that I'm not gonna say that I was the highest when I got pulled over, because that day actually was probably like one of the days that I really shouldn't have, but I swerved to miss a possum, and I had a cop right behind me. That's just the way it is. So in my car, it looks like a demolition derby car. I kind of run into stuff here and there. So, did. Maybe in the 2.5 years I'll learn how to drive. I don't know. But until that time, I don't know. I've just been taking things like one step at a time, one day at a time. Sometimes it's 1 hour at a time. Like, I have trouble, with this new way of life to process everything, and like it takes me a minute. My neurotransmitters are still all over the place and trying to get back to their normal state, but that could take months and months. And I mean, I do have the time and I have the knowledge that I need to know when I'm in a crisis situation and when I need help. So I'm happy about that. It's just that reaching out for the help, that's the hard part. When you reach out to someone, especially if you get rejected or you don't get, what you're hoping to get out of the situation, it makes it so hard. It makes it so much more difficult. I believe that, like, we should all work together. And it just amazes me how far we've come in technology, yet how slowly we've come with like humanity. I wish humanity would catch up with technology and get to the program and get the program or whatever and get with it. Get with it. Yeah, I know. And like, just really like step up to the plate and like let's help each other out. Like, what is the point of hating on everybody and everything? What's the point? I think I'm a pretty loyal and legit person. I believe respect is number one. Respect is my biggest thing. Like, if you show me respect, I will show you respect back. Like, that's just the way it is. That's the way I am. Don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you. I have no reason to. I don't just start problems with people for no reason. So, that's just not me. And but like I said, and it's funny, like, I guess that's where the bipolar comes into play because with my anxiety, you would think I'm not a very confrontational person, but if I feel like a confrontation needs to happen, I will make it happen because, like, like I said, respect is just way up there for me. And if I feel like I'm disrespected, I just need to know, what's going on. I'm man enough, woman enough, and I am not a man. Trust me, I'm not a man. I am woman enough to admit to the fact that I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes, and so do other people. I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. I really am not. I'm not afraid to say it and mean it, and try to show with my actions that I mean it. But I am a very verbal person, so like having communication and having just just being able to be inside, like feel like you're really inside to a person's heart, you understand them, you understand their soul. That's what I like, that's what I like in life, is to be able to get to that point, and not even just in love, just in like friendships alone. And that's really sad because, like, I mean, I could count my true friends on that hand. I mean, there may be more, and I'm not trying to sell any of you out, but like, really, that's where it's at. I don't have a ton of friends, and I'm okay with that because it's quality, not quantity. I don't need a bunch of fake friends. I just need my squad and I need my team and the people that are going to support me and help me get to where I need to go. The ones that aren't jealous, the ones that aren't like miserable, the ones that aren't angry about anything. And like, you know what? Like, I feel like if anybody wants to hate on me, you can hate on me, but like, please do it to my face. Like, please do it to me. Hate on me to me, and I will respond appropriately. I realize now that obviously other people have things going on in their life, and maybe that's the reason that they're coming after you. And so if that's the case, then tell me about it. What did I do? What am I doing? What could make it better? If anything, I don't do anything that terrible, even though I was a disgrace to humanity on here by someone, which, like I said, 24 days, come pick me up. I'll show you a real disgrace to humanity. I have quite a few, actually. And all we got to do is go downtown, I swear. So, I get that, like, that's what, people think and how people act and stuff like that. But hey, if for real though, whoever you are, if you need to talk to someone, I am a therapist, and I do understand that people have bad days, or maybe they just have been like, under a rock for the last, 50 years that they don't really see very much. But whatever the case may be, I get it. And I'm not mad at you. It's all good. But I just kind of wanted to get on and let you guys know that, like, even as a therapist, a trained therapist, I do not know all the answers. I don't handle my anxiety in the greatest of ways. I try to, and a lot of times I do handle it and appropriately. But there are times that, I don't do the right thing, and I need to consistently start doing those things to make it easier on myself, because then I'm in a complete panic. When you let your bills go and go and go and go, then you owe so much that it's just like astronomical, to the point where you do panic. And I want to change that. I want to change the way I am. I even started carrying around a planner that I have to write things in. I have a iPhone 11 Pro. However, I don't, I just dismiss all the alarms in it. I don't even pay attention. So I actually legit write it down. And at the start of every week, I see what I got going on. Mostly because I have to report to my probation officer to like see when I'm allowed out, but mainly just because like it helps me to, you know, um, collect myself, get myself ready for the week, because like, when you're on house arrest and stuff like that, you lose track of time, especially with like, Fridays getting knocked off of the place that I have to go to. My weekends get all jumbled. I get Lucy. I don't know what day it is, because I mean, she's a handful. And so, things get a little rough sometimes, but they are getting handled. And I hope that you guys all have your own systems and methods of ways that you handle things. If you'd like to discuss other ways, I'm certainly always available to talk and, listen, whatever you need. I'm here. Don't hate, appreciate, because not a lot of people are going to be willing to do stuff like that, especially when you're not getting paid. But I care about people, and I want to be different, and I want to help people. I mean, even just, coming home from the dispensary one day, um, there was a homeless man sitting on the corner, and I bought him some cheeseburgers from McDonald's. I'm not going to give him money, but, I bought him some food, because it's like, I would hope that someone would do that for me if I was in that situation. And then I've been in that situation, so I know. And I legit was in that situation. Now I know a lot of people think they probably walked to their BMW and they're done at the end of the day, but in my situation was not like that. So I appreciated anything that anyone would do for me, honestly. So that's why I'm so grateful today. I'm still suffering from mental health. I'm still having a difficult time. But as the days come and go, and I'm getting through it, and I'm making beats, and I'm writing like a machine, and things are just really going good right now. And I hope that they continue, because this is how I want my life to go. I don't want to be stuck anymore. I want my life to go forward. And I'm hoping you guys do too. And I hope it's going well for you. But like I said, if not, I'm here to talk to you or even help you to find someone to talk to. So let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to go relax now, maybe watch the rain and enjoy my day. So I hope you do too. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And thank you to my loyal ones who take time out of their days to watch me. I really appreciate it. Take care, everyone.